Our leader was a C-level executive at a major U.S. corporation. He was the CFO, and he'd also been on the board in several other companies. He also had spent some time in internal audit. We developed a set of questions that would probe into his strengths and weaknesses, as well as look at some specific qualities, including trust and openness, employee development, and political know-how in the complicated environment you find at the level he was working. In addition to the qualitative questions we asked, we have several hypotheticals so we could really get a feel for how the leader thinks. We were able to interview 3 followers, which gave us a lot of insight. For every question that we asked the leader, we also developed a parallel question for the followers so we could pair them up and match our responses.
I would say that I'm analytical. Have a lot of initiative or a self-starter, certainly hardworking. I think in some respects I consider myself visionary to some extent. I think I'm very organized, and I'm also an individual who gets things done. From a weakness standpoint, I actually don't think I'm very political. Sometimes I could do a better job building relationships. I can also be a better listener because that's one of the opportunities I certainly had. And I sometimes have a tendency to intimidate people.
He's a very passionate leader, I'd say. When he sets his mind to something, he really gets behind it. He has good thought leadership in terms of things to think about. I think he's very intelligent in terms of his knowledge. I would tell you probably maybe his weakness is I think he's more misunderstood because in larger group settings, his verbal communication is, I mentioned his passion, his enthusiasm before, may come across awkwardly or be taken the wrong way.
Just about all of their answers aligned with one another. It was, like I said, it was kind of eerie. One of the interesting takeaways I got from that was he says that, as a leader, you have thicker armor than your underlings or your employees. And I thought that was quite profound, and that is true. Another takeaway was his management style was listening, and over the years he improved on his listening. He was very approachable one-on-one, but that was in very sharp contrast with the stories we heard when he was in larger groups. He was not approachable. He actually kind of came off as intimidating.
But he mentioned that he's not very, very political, and also all of the followers mentioned the same. He knew how to play the company politics, but he did not want to be part of it. One follower, she was an expatriate in the UK and came back to the United States. But our leader, he actually convinced her that it's a good move for her to move to Japan. And after she came back, she got promoted into a vice president position. So definitely the leader knew how to develop people and what would be the right move. One follower mentions the delegation of the leader, so he delegated work to him, and then he was able to present it to the board of directors, for example, to the CEO. And so the leader definitely helped this follower to develop himself. They took time for us to answer our questions during their free time, and this is actually also a sign what a great leader he was.
We also did Myers-Briggs personality type analysis, and we noticed that our leader is of type ENTJ, which aligns with the characteristics we've noticed of our leader. Some of those characteristics are he is clever, outgoing, innovative, resourceful, and very enthusiastic.
We noticed his weakness may be an overuse of his strength. For example, his intelligence and assertiveness are great strength, but sometimes they intimidate others. So strength and weakness are somewhat intertwined and has to be used with fine-tunings. We think he will be a great CEO, C-level consultant, or secret coach in entrepreneurial or startup company. He can develop others, he can create less political culture, and his visionary and strategic skills will be a great benefit for the company.